earlier gone on a hunting expedition when the incident occurred. The suspect told police investigation that he mistakenly shot the men while they were hunting. A correspondent said the suspect is in police custody awaiting court trial. A 40-year-old man, Flomo Colley, has drowned in Vonjama, Lofa County. A correspondent said the man went checking on his farm in the evening and did not return home. Residents of the area said following search for the man, he was discovered on the Zelegba River. A correspondent said a 50-man jury set up by the police examined the body and found no foul play in the death of the man. Meanwhile, the body of the man has been turned over to the family for burial. Senate Committee Chair on Information and Broadcasting, Senator Abraham Darius DeLone, has proposed the amendments of the decree establishing the Liberia Broadcasting System. In 1980, the military regime under the People's Redemption Council, the PRC, established the Liberia Broadcasting System. But Senator DeLone said the repeal of the PRC's decree will transform the state broadcaster to become more of a public broadcaster and what he calls the People's Radio.
I think it is time that we work with the management for us to review the law that is being contained here at the LBS. I think LBS is still running on the decree. It's time for us to review and put into place the proper laws.
The Montserrat County Senator also challenged the staffers of the state broadcaster to exercise professionalism characterized by accurate balance and credible reportage. Senator Dillon called on state institutions to prioritize the ELBC as a conduit for information dissemination from the government to the people. The Montserrat County lawmaker made remarks Friday at program marking the official groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of new LBS radio and television complex in Painesville. Information Minister Jerry Lemekpia has called for increased financial resource mobilization to support the Liberia broadcasting system. Minister Pia said the needed support for LBS is imperative to put the state broadcaster on par with other media outlets in the sub-region and beyond. The Liberian Information Minister believes the actualization of the project will be a major boost for the government upon completion. Minister Pia made a call Friday during the program befitting the official groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of radio and television expansion project in the compound of the Liberia Broadcasting System on Friday. Minister Pia also hailed the Chinese government for the partnership and expressed the optimism that both parties will accrue mutual benefits in the partnership. A joint team from the National Disaster Management Agency, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the Environmental Protection Agency is in Lofa County to investigate report of F. Sheikh in Yegbetu in Foya District. The Executive Director of the National Disaster Management Agency, Ansel Dollar, said the presence of the joint team in the area is government's initial intervention in responding to the situation. Mr. Dollar disclosed the Ministry of Mines and Energy will look at the geological impact, while the EPA and the NDMA will focus on the environmental impact and the humanitarian situation respectively. The two ELBC fundings from the joint team will inform further action by the government to mitigate the situation. At the same time, National Disaster Management Agency and partners had to shortly provide assistance to recent flood victims in Montserrat County and its environs. MDMA Executive Director Ansel Dollar disclosed the entity has received names of affected communities of the flooding. Mr. Dollar made a disclosure Friday when the local organization United Youth for Peace, Education and Transparency as well as Development launched an emergency response to support flood victims in Liberia. The National Disaster Management Agency Executive Director reaffirmed the government's commitment to prioritizing the well-being of citizens. He, however, cautioned citizens against building on wetlands and waterways to avoid future disaster. The Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapagulu, has confirmed F. Sheikh in Yegbedu Foya District in Lofa County. Dr. Yapagulu, however, said government, through the EPA, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the National Disaster Management Agency, will address the situation. He told ELBC first that experts have assured that Liberia cannot experience earthquake because the country has a well-compact landscape. And the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission has been admitted into the membership of the African Forum of Utility Regulators (AFOR). It said LERC admittance to the African Forum of Utility Regulators followed a rigorous disadmission process. A formal communication signed by AFOR's Executive Secretary Debbie Routs was sent to the LERC's Board of Commissioner Dr. Lawrence Sikajibo. Dr. Sikajibo described LERC membership with the African body as an historical achievement by the entity.